Hi, my name is Rica Buenaflor. I am Rica Buenaflor of Que Rica. I started the brand in 2015. These are products that are made in Bicol that we promote here in Metro Manila to bring the best of the province from Bicol to Metro Manila. I grew up in my Lola's kitchen. We used to cook a lot together with my cousins. But then I I also like to host. I like to prepare food for family, for friends. It's always been a passion of mine. I think that's my love language to really entertain and make people feel comfortable. I took up hotel and restaurant in college. I finished that, but really my passion was cooking. So in 2015, I already had 5 kids at the time. My husband and it was actually my husband, Carlo, who encouraged me to go to culinary school. And when I first went to Paris on my own, when I was 16 years old, I came across Le Cordon Bleu. And that's when I said, oh my God, I want to go to this school. And I was only 16 years old. Fast forward, I was already close to entering 40. That's when my husband said, hey, why don't you go for something that you really have always dreamed of doing, which was culinary school. So in 2015, I did my first course in Le Cordon Bleu in Paris. That was really on my bucket list, and I did it. You know the saying, the apple doesn't fall very far from the tree. I realized that when I turned 40 last year. I went to culinary school, and then at that time, I didn't really know what I was gonna do with it. Like, people would ask me, why did I enter Le Cordon Bleu Paris? Am I gonna be cooking French cuisine? But deep in my heart, I knew that it wasn't really French cuisine that I wanted to do. Although I appreciated the techniques. I lived in Bicol for 10 years, and that's when I started to connect the two. French techniques that I learned in culinary school, and then the wonders of Bicolano cuisine that gave me the idea that it's best to use my education in the Cordon Bleu to promote Bicolano cuisine. And that's where my mom, or the influence of my mom, came in. I realized that I'm not very different from my mom because she was working for the Department of Tourism. She was a regional director once for a long, long time actually. And she also became the tourism attaché in London, New York, and Canada, in Toronto. And her passion in life was promoting the Philippines, you know, the beauty of the Philippines to those that don't know about it. And I realized that that's really what drives me. Inside me, what drives me is to promote the province that I have grown to love, Bicol, through food. So it's actually the same thing. You know, my mom passed away already, and I remember ringing in my head what she had told me once, which is, Rica, for once in your life, make sure that you serve your country. And I feel like this is really something that where I draw my passion from, knowing that promoting food from Bicolano's perspective, promoting food even to the world stage, bringing Bicol from the province to the world is something that I think I got from my mom. Connecting maybe Que Rica and what I do and what I'm passionate about to my kids. I think it's very important for me that my children remain very, very authentic to who they really are. My kids grew up in Bicol, so I want them to be proud of where they came from. And that's really, I think, one of the reasons why that inspires me to continue doing what I'm doing, because I want my children to stay rooted and grounded to their roots, which is Bicol, and I want them to be proud of that. With Que Rica, I really want to leave a legacy of national pride through food. I think that there's so much that we can discover in the Philippines, especially through food. Bicolano food is not so much represented or not very well known in the province, and especially let alone in the world scene. So the legacy that I want to leave and how I want to inspire people is that look around you, look at your backyard, there's so much to discover and there's so much to be proud of. And that's something that I really want to pass on to my children and maybe to other moms, that, you know, you don't have to look outside our country. There's so much to promote in our country.